Crinklebutt ran in and jumped onto Bubble Monster's belly. Bubble Monster, it's the day, it's the day. What day? It's the day. The day of what? The day the dragon's eggs hatch. The dragon's eggs? Oh yes, Bubble Monster remembered. Crinklebutt had been looking after 5 dragon eggs for the past 3 weeks for her friend the dragon, who'd gone away and needed somebody to look after her eggs. And so Crinklebutt stepped in and sat on her eggs. She'd been doing it diligently for about 3 weeks. Just sat up there all day, making sure they were nice and warm and looked after. She was a very, very good dragon mum. Bubble Monster, I think they're going to hatch. It's amazing. They've been vibrating under me for about 3 weeks now, and now I think they're about to crack open. Wow, Bubble Monster. We should go and have a look. They climbed the tree that was outside Bubble Monster grounds where she'd been sitting, and there, sure enough, were 5 dragon eggs. Hang on a second. Are there 5 dragon eggs? He looked again, and there were only 4. Bubble Monster, one of the eggs is gone. Oh no, what will we do? Bubble Monster, being the detective, looked around to see if there was any traces of clues that might say what had happened. He did see one thing. On one of the branches there was a bright green fabric. I think I've seen that fabric before. That fabric comes from a... Oh, it can't be. They couldn't be here anymore. We got rid of them a long time ago. Goblins. Why did they take 1 egg? My guess is they got scared off by something. Just then, a giant seagull, Samalam, flew in and perched on one of the branches. Quack! Quack! What is it, Samalam? Goblin came, so I swooped and pecked its nose. Where did it go? It went over there. Where's there? Oh, ran over to that cave. Died. I'm gonna have to go get it. He's probably gonna try and eat it for his breakfast, said Crinklebutt. They ran down the tree and went towards the cave. It was very dark in there. There wasn't any noise, but in the back of the cave they did see the flickering of a flame. As they walked forward and hid behind a rock, they saw it, a gigantic goblin with a giant big green nose, bogies coming out of it, big red eyes, bloodshot, looked like it hadn't slept in days. It was talking to itself. I'm gonna have some breakfast with the dragon egg. Beautiful dragon eggs. I love them. They're my favourite. In fact, I'm going to eat them right now. As it went to crack the egg on the side of the pan, Bubble Monster swooped in and grabbed the egg just before he cracked it. Give me back my breakfast. I will not. This is a very rare dragon egg. You can't eat this. I will, and I'm going to eat you too, and your friend behind that rock. I can smell you. Crinklebutt quickly ran as fast as she could, but the goblin caught her in his grasp. No, get off me, get off me. Bubble Monster got out his sword and sliced and chopped the hand off the goblin. Ow! Why did you do that? I just want to eat some food, said the goblin. Oh, but you can't eat everybody. Why don't you try something else? Like what? Sit down over there, said Bubble Monster, pointing his sword at the goblin. He sat in the back of the cave, grabbing his arm. Now, sit down and shut up. and I'll sort you out some breakfast. Bubble Monster whipped a few things out the back of his pack. He got cabbages and lettuce and all delicious fruits, and he mixed them into a gigantic bowl. My hand, Bubble Monster. If you can promise not to get up and do anything, I'll heal your hand, said Bubble Monster. Okay, as he whipped out his magic wand, and a hand grew back. Oh, thank you, said the goblin. It wasn't long before he'd made the most delicious breakfast you'd ever seen. He put it on the table in front of the goblin. There you go, try this, see what you think. There's no meat in here. This is weird. I don't like it, said the goblin. Oh, you don't know until you try it. He started to eat. Wow, what is this? I call it vegetable surprise with a dash of fruit. It's yummy. It's my favourite. I like it. I don't need to eat meat anymore. Well, I wouldn't say that. Maybe you'll like some meat now and again, but there are kinds of meat that is much better for you than others. Yeah, I find that lovely people are very yummy to eat. Yes, lovely people that have been looked after very well, I'm sure. Yes. Oh. He started to see that what he was eating, well, was not the best, and so he changed his diet. He had a little meat now and again, and it was always good meat, the kind of meat where a sheep had been looked after all its life and laid down to die, but had always felt loved. And so he'd eat that meat sometimes, and it changed. After a time, his face changed. It became less ugly and more beautiful. In fact, he started coming out in the sunlight, and his green skin started to change. In fact, he wasn't called a goblin anymore. He was just called the man who lived in the cave. And Bubble Monster would go and see him from time to time and drop off some lovely treats. They became good friends, and to this day, that man's still in the cave. Now, back to what happened with the dragon eggs. They retrieved the dragon egg, and they all sat round and watched them hatch. Just as they were hatching, the mama dragon came in, swooped in, and hugged them all with a very, very big hug. It was a very beautiful moment. They all almost had a tear. And they all sat down and had a cup of tea. Or was it? It was a slice of tea and a cup of cake. The end.